reports Hegseth and the Pentagon had planned for this contingency. Quote, the military would attempt to rescue survivors who appeared to be helpless, shipwrecked, or out of what the administration considers a fight. But it would try again to kill them if they took what the United States deemed to be a hostile action.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. While Secretary Hegseth is in the middle of that, an Inspector General's report comes out today on a controversy from months ago. The Signal group chat where Hegseth discussed military strikes on Houthi militants in Yemen. A Hegseth spokesperson says the report exonerates him that he did not break the law sharing classified information. But Fox's Jennifer Griffin reports that IG
concluded Secretary Pete Hegseth, quote, created risks to operational security, and his actions, sharing operational details before the strike was complete on the commercially available app Signal, quote, could have resulted in failed U.S. mission objectives and potential harm to U.S. pilots.
It's confirmed in Israel. Another dead hostage returned by Hamas.
So Tisak Rintalak from Thailand was killed during the massacre by Hamas in southern Israel on October 7th, 2023. He was an agricultural worker employed at a kibbutz. His return means Israeli Ran Gavili is the last hostage whose remains are still in Gaza.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Luigi Mangione returns to court this morning, 1 year to the day after the murder. He's charged in the shooting outside a New York City hotel of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. A pretrial hearing continues. America's listening to Fox News.
This is the time of the year most of us are checking off our holiday gift list. Identity thieves have lists too, and your personal information might be on that list. Protect your identity with LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every single second and alerts you to the threats you could miss yourself. If your identity is stolen, your own U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to work to fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Make this season about joy, not identity theft, with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year at LifeLock.com with the promo code BECK. Terms apply.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you got to make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The Republican House majority is about to grow by 1 at a ceremony next hour, 219-213.
During his Tuesday night victory speech, Congressman-elect Matt Van Epp said he's ready to go.
President Trump was all in with us, and it made the difference. In Congress, I'll be all in with him.
That begins today. The Army veteran and former state commissioner will be sworn in to represent Tennessee's 7th District. He held on to the Republican seat vacated by Mark Green last July when he defeated Democrat Afton Bain in Tuesday's special election. Van Epp said his priorities will be Tennessee's economy, reducing health care costs, and ensuring quality care for veterans. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
It's part of President Trump's economic agenda, combating what he calls a Democrat scam that things are less affordable since he took office again. It's a plan to save us money buying cars and SUVs.
Vehicle fuel efficiency standards put in place during the Obama administration and tightened by the Biden administration are being eliminated, President Trump says, to drive down the cost of a new car and keep U.S. automakers competitive.
But these policies forced automakers to build cars using expensive technologies that drove up costs, drove up prices, and made the car much worse.
The president, surrounded by leading automaker executives, says relaxing the regulations will drop the price of a new vehicle by an average of $1,000. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are up modestly the day after a big surge for the Dow, up 408 points. The Olympic torch is on the move. There was a ceremony in Athens, Greece this morning to hand over the torch, which was lit last week using a mirror aimed at the sun, to Italian Olympic organizers. They'll hold a long relay through Italy ahead of the 2026 Winter Games in Milan Cortina in early February. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. It is December 4th, 2025. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News. It's News Radio for South Texas. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz, and we got AccuWeather and meteorologist Jason Caterina. He's on standby. He'll join us in about 3 minutes. Going to be a little warmer today. Maybe we hit 80. And then we got a cool front on the way. Any rain with that? We'll find out in about 3 minutes, so please stick around. Well, the big news around here the past 24 plus hours. Democrat Congressman Henry Cuellar thanking President Trump for issuing pardons for him and his wife, Imelda. Congressman Cuellar and his wife were indicted in 2024 on charges of bribery and conspiracy. President Trump called the Cuellar prosecution politically motivated, saying that Congressman Cuellar was indicted because he opposed Joe Biden and his open border mindset. Congressman Cuellar saying yesterday that the pardon will not change his work in Congress, and yes, he will remain a Democrat. Had a conversation with Congressman Cuellar just a few moments back. Going to share that full conversation. How long was it, Freddie? Like 12 minutes? 16 minutes. Okay. That's coming up at 9:10 on the Sergio Show on 710 KURV. So was the pardon a surprise? Like, who asked for the pardon? And yes, we'll talk about him. Sent him an application to join the GOP. Is he going to bite on that? And the district lines that are in flux for District 28. All of that plus more coming up at 9:10 on the Sergio Show on 710 KURV. A political twist now to the race for District 28. Now that Congressman Henry Cuellar has been pardoned, there's a new powerful political name in Webb County that is also wanting that seat.
The presidential pardoning of Congressman Henry Cuellar came as a shock. He's running for re-election in a district that's a target for Republicans.
What is Trump thinking, pardoning a guy and basically strengthening his case to be re-elected in 2026?
UT San Antonio professor John Taylor says the Republican candidate in the race, Webb County Judge Tano Tiarina, still has an advantage. Redistricting shook up that congressional district. A big part of San Antonio that's trended Democrat has been removed.
Still waiting on the high court to determine whether an old map or the new Republican-friendly map will be used for District 28. It's 7:08 on the Valley's Morning News. And the Texas bathroom bill kicks in today.
The Women's Privacy Act requires those in publicly owned buildings, think libraries, government facilities, public schools, and prisons, to use bathrooms and locker rooms that correspond with the gender they were assigned at birth. Jonathan Gooch with Equality Texas fears this bill will encourage people to self-police bathrooms.
Vigilante behavior in a bathroom is really much more like bullying than anything else. I can't think of any way to describe standing in a bathroom and pointing at someone saying you don't belong here as anything other than bullying.
He calls it an attack on the transgender population. Governor Abbott calls the bill common sense and said would allow no men in women's restrooms. Barbara Schwartz, News Talk 710 KURV.
It's 7:08 on the Valley's Morning News. We'll tell you of the latest Governor Greg Abbott tour. This time, he's hoping to get rid of property taxes, some of the property taxes that you pay. That's coming up right after AccuWeather. The time is 7:09. It is AccuWeather time, and we want to say good morning and thank you to Dougie and all the gang over at Martin Farm and Ranch. Find what you need for that perfect gift for that someone you know. Over at Martin Farm and Ranch, you never know unless you go there and look. You'll find something for someone you love at Martin Farm and Ranch. Don't forget, Martin Farm and Ranch supplies the best selection of Purina feeds. Say hi to Dougie if you stop by. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina joining us, and going to warm things up a little bit today. And this time tomorrow should be much cooler. When do you think that this reinforcement, this cool front finally crosses the area, and does it bring rain with it?
Yeah, it'll happen during the day today. A thunderstorm possible as we head through the day. Shower in spots this evening, then occasional rain and drizzle overnight. Even a shower into the morning hours tomorrow before it starts to dry up a little bit in the wake of the front. Temperatures will certainly be much cooler tomorrow, but then it ramps right back up as we head on into the weekend.
Yeah, we're in a real hurry to raise the temperature gauge again around here. North of us, if it's going to be, you said it would be like in the upper 40s tomorrow morning. So does that mean we're in the 30s in central Texas, up in San Antonio, even colder than that? Well, north of there?
Dallas 35 tonight. Let's see. Houston 41 tonight. San Antonio will be 43 tonight. They're going to have some clouds around and some rain, so that's going to act like a blanket and keep the temperatures from falling too far in San Antonio. So
there was one prognosticator mention, I think I saw it on X, they were saying that next week for Texas would be a bit warmer compared to this week. So what's the plan for next week?
Yeah, looking through next week here, it starts out comfortable. We'll be mid-80s Sunday, but then low 70s Monday, mid-70s Tuesday, up into the low 80s Wednesday, mid-80s for Thursday, and then back down to the upper 70s on Friday. So
okay, that's
not too bad,
All right. It is National Cookie Day. Which one would you prefer to get? Snickerdoodle or chocolate chip?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, mass-produced or homemade?
Well, I would go, any, really. I'd go more homemade. Oh, can you imagine the scent in the kitchen when you're making cookies?
I might have to make some cookies today.
For me, it'd be macadamia. And you know who makes a good macadamia cookie? Subway. Right?
I like the white chip macadamias,
Right?
actually.
That's a good one. And the ultimate cookie, period. No comparison. Not even these fancy, schmancy little new retail places that try to sell cookies, like the crumble places. The best cookie on the planet is from Doubletree Hotels. The signature Doubletree Hotel cookie they give you. I buy like 6 more. I feel guilty after I eat them all about 2 hours later, but it was worth it. That was so worth it. Yeah,
I like the Nutter Butters for dipping in milk.
See, that's good. Yeah, all right. I know I got to let you go, bro. You got to talk to another radio station. That's AccuWeather and meteorologist Jason Caterina. The AccuWeather forecast today: highs should be in the 70s. We're in the close to 80, like mid 70s, close to 80 today, and highs tomorrow as a result of the cool front crossing and hopefully some rain and cloud cover. Highs tomorrow should be in the 60s. It should be in the upper 40s for tomorrow morning. Time is 7:12. This is News Talk 710 KURV. Stick around. Got a conversation with my friend Joaquin Spammer from CIL Capital, but more importantly, the visionary from the Rioplex Economic Development Project that was birthed this year. We'll do a year in review and look ahead to 2026. So stick around for that. Meantime, Governor Greg Abbott is heading to North Texas to a Fort Worth establishment today. He's laying out the latest proposal to cut taxes in Texas.
Abbott calls this a taxpayer empowerment event. He's made ending property taxes a re-election campaign priority. He's proposing a 5-point plan.
We have to put an end to the out-of-control spending that's taking place at local jurisdictions across the entire state of Texas.
The plan includes imposing local spending limits, tax rollback votes, and abolishing school district property taxes.
The schools are going to be funded the same way they are after these homestead exemptions passed this past year. The state of Texas is going to be the ones responsible for fully funding our schools.
The state currently covers roughly 44% of public school funding. Abbott will be at Rex's Bar and Grill in Fort Worth at 2:30. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
And an important consumer note, heads up from H.E. Butt. I love H.E. Butt. H.E.B. is warning everyone that they're not conducting some social media campaign right now. If you see anybody on social media pretending to be from H.E.B., promising gift cards or a shopping spree, H.E.B. saying, no, that's not them. And report them, by the way, on any social media post, Facebook, X, anything else. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Time is 7:14. Rioplex, the private sector economic development push. This was year 1 of that effort. What might be coming up in year 2 of the effort? That's next on the Valley's Morning News.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. Available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
This holiday season, we'd like to extend a big thanks to our family, friends, and customers. Whether you've been shopping Glick Twins all your life or just recently discovered us, you know we've got the very best selection of guns, knives, and scopes at the very best prices. Glick Twins is your go-to store for holiday shopping because behind the counter is the most knowledgeable and friendliest staff in all of South Texas. This Christmas season, be on the lookout for super specials on guns, scopes, knives, and clothing. From all of us at Glick Twins, Merry Christmas.
The Salvation Army has a commitment to bring Christmas to the home of struggling families in Hidalgo County. They have identified the wishes of local children through their Angel Tree program. Tags are placed on Christmas trees around town. Or go to SalvationArmyMcAllen.org and adopt your angels. Help a child have Christmas this season.
It's Westwood One's coverage of the NFL. Later tonight, the Dallas Cowboys visit the Detroit Lions. Tune in for kickoff at 7:15 on News Talk 710 KURV, powered by McAllen Bolt.
News Talk 710 KURV is also your station in the Valley for Texas A&M fighting Aggie football. So we know the Aggies are in playoff mode. So somewhere around the 19th or the 20th. We'll find out by Sunday, right? We'll find out by Sunday, the brackets, how the teams will be paired up for the playoffs. So for that playoff game, and hopefully more, go Aggies. To the News Talk 710 KURV. I want to say thank you to our many supporters, including JP and Jeff at Amigo Power Equipment. You can also join us at 710 KURV, Facebook Live, X Live, YouTube Live. Go rewind all these conversations. There's always a golden nugget there of information. Might be affecting your investment opportunity or business. In the studio from CIL Capital and the RioPlex Economic Development Push from the private sector is our friend Joaquin Smummer. Welcome back, amigo. So now that we're end of year, a lot of folks doing like end of year reviews. So this was the birth year for this RioPlex push, a private sector effort to try to land us some more industry. Let's work together with the counties, with the cities, with the economic development, and also other investors, many investors, and local leadership. See if we can recruit. It all started, for us, we were blessed, and thank you for taking us with you, up to Houston, and you had a foreign investment attaches up in Houston, had a group, a room full of, like a dozen different countries represented in Houston, because, Houston has all the consulates and embassies for all that. So of that, like a typical sales call, I keep telling folks, a typical sales call is for every 10 or so calls or door knocking. For every 10, there's always at least one gold nugget that you get out of it. And sure enough, out of the 12 or 13, are you still working one to getting some leads from?
We're working with all of them.
All of them still interested in that.
Thank you for having me,
Yes, sir.
Sergio. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome back. So we went to Houston and presented this entire region, the ports, the airports, the acreage available in northern Mexico, southern Texas, the seaports, everything. We have the resources, the human capital for that as well. So do you think something may come from those conversations initially in Houston?
Definitely. We have a couple of these countries attaches wanted to come here to RioPlex, wanted to visit, and we are still working with all of them. The idea is to tell everyone who we are, the blessings, we have to brag about the region. We have a unique region, and we need to make sure that everybody understands that putting all the cities together and putting northern Tamaulipas and South Texas together, it makes us extremely important worldwide.
We have the advantage of having such a young population in southern Texas and northern Mexico, but the young population that can and is being educated by some great schools. We got some great programs on the trades and on engineering, whether it's here and even in Mexico with Tecnológico and all that. We have the brain power and the educational systems, the setup to get them trained quick for whatever needs to come. And of late, it's been a lot of high tech and traditional energy as well. The port is driving everything with traditional energy, with high tech. I think they said in one of your presentations, the gang from the port stopped by and said they got like $30 billion in the pipeline. Of projects coming. Yeah. But that's like real world. That is real world money, real private sector investment. That's what generates the wealth. Mm-hmm. And so in 2025, recently, you also had a conversation with folks in Mexico, the avocado producers, the Michoacán delegation. Did more business come from that?
Let me tell you a little bit about it.
Okay.
We had 21 business owners coming from Michoacán.
Okay.
They loved the idea of RioPlex. When they saw the Port of Bronzeville, Steve Guerra and his crew invited us for lunch, and they showed them the port. They were amazed. We went to see SpaceX. They just couldn't believe it. So those two items, those two companies, those two places here in RioPlex, it shows all these investors that investing in RioPlex is going to earn them some high yields. So that's why it's so important to show them the eastern part of the region. No?
One of the accomplishments for RioPlex, the economic development push, the private sector push, you've got like 24 ambassadors, and it's a cross section of different disciplines and professions, from money, finance, landowners, developers, and you'll have a chance. You already catapulted some to some international conferences and trying to sell the region, right? You got more, I would imagine, 2026. You've got a lot more lined up with the ambassadors to sell us. So
yeah, actually, in this visit with the guys from Michoacan, we had a lot of the ambassadors helping us out. This is not a couple of people effort. This is a joint effort by the board and by the ambassadors. No, but I mean, let me tell you what they told us. 30 years ago, all the competitors, all the avocado producers in Michoacan got together, and they thought, let's start working together as competitors. And back then, 30 years ago, the consumption of avocados in the United States was half a kilo per person. 30 years forward, well, these guys got together. They created a private business leaders association that is called APEAM. APEAM created, actually in the city of Dallas, what is called Avocados from Mexico. And with that joint effort, they went from half a kilo per person to 5 kilos per person. So what they were able to accomplish was to make the market bigger, tenfold bigger. And that's what we're trying to do here in RioPlex. So we have a very strong ambassadorship program with people, a lot of business leaders, business owners, very successful business developers and business owners. And we are joining together to make this region tenfold bigger. And that's the idea. Hopefully, 30 years from now, you and me, we're going to be here still, and we're going to be talking about how we make this region growth. And that's what we're looking for.
Good. Joaquin Spalmer with the RioPlex private sector economic recruitment, economic development effort. Again, this is year one for them. They've got about 24 ambassadors, folks that are in business leadership and also political leadership in the area, folks who can make their own investment and join those trips, either to the UK, we got a new trade agreement with them, go to the EU, we got a new trade agreement with them, go to, Vietnam, new trade agreement with them, wherever it is, go there, maybe join Chamber of Commerce types or U.S. economic development attachés and try to recruit industry to this region, South Texas and northern Mexico. Can any more, let's say someone in business, a landowner or a business owner, can anybody join as an ambassador? Are you still looking for more ambassadors? Because these folks, they, based on their schedule, they would join a group of people that go with economic development efforts overseas. Can more people join?
Yeah, definitely. Mario Reina, our executive director, is doing a great job. He's always out there talking to people. Actually, it's unbelievable the amount of effort he puts into RioPlex every day. He's always talking to business leaders, and he's always been asked how to join the ambassadorship program. But let me talk a little bit about what kind of ambassadors do we have. We have Elio Botello. You know him. He's one of the strongest industrial developers here in town. We have Carlos Canales, Manuel Cantú, Misael Pesina. Misael is a big industrial developer in the Mexican side. Nick Rhodes, Jorge Torres. He's a good friend of yours, Sergio. Ricardo Rubiano, Juan Jose Villarreal out of Reynosa. So the list goes on and on and on. We have Dalinda Gonzalez with the STC. We are very, very happy to have her help out in this effort. We have Carlos Reyes out of Matamoros, Mari Carmen Cadena out of Matamoros. We have Rene Javier out of Matamoros. So we have a very strong group of business owners out of from the Mexican side. You have Fedila Villarreal, Sally Fraustro Guerra. So we have a very important group of business owners, very successful business owners, working together to put together Rioplex.
Joaquin Spalmer is with CIL Capital, but the visionary for the Rioplex private sector economic development push. Again, this is year one for them. We're doing a quick review, looking forward to 2026. Might there be, similar to the push in Houston that had all these consulate and ambassador places, maybe another push could be what, Dallas-Fort Worth area, or why not go to the nation's capital, go to Washington, D.C., where you got, all these embassy rows out there, and do a sit-down with Texas leadership, with the Valley leadership, and do a presentation of why Texas and why Deep South Texas and northern Mexico should be the place to land, because we got so much land and so many young people hungry, ready, and so many colleges and schools ready to bring them in. And what is helping us is Brownsville. Brownsville is, it's amazing. It's like a nuclear bomb building on its own. Just the energy is exponentially growing, and we're on the map now. We're like the most affordable place for manufacturing. I was spending some time with Gilbert Salinas over at EDC in Brownsville. We're just reviewing.
Good guy.
Amazing. But we're on the map, and they know. Thank God for Elon Musk and SpaceX, because yes, it helps. It definitely helps put us on the map. So maybe, what do you think? Maybe take some ambassadors, nation's capital, and let's sell. Let's do another sit down, lunch, and sell up in the nation's capital in 2026.
Actually, next week we have a breakfast meeting with the ambassadors and the board members, and we're going to present them the strategic plan for next year.
Okay.
We have a lady on board. She's extremely good. Her name is Astrid Salazar. He used to work for the Secretary of Commerce in Tamaulipas. She also used to be. She used to work for ProMexico. She was there for several years. She has a lot of experience, and she's the one putting together the strategic plan. She's very smart, and she has the 2026 completely laid down. No? She knows exactly what we're doing, where we're going, why we're going over there, what we're trying to accomplish. We're going to have a very, very strong agenda next year. And the idea is to present it to the ambassadors. She's going to go ahead and present it to the ambassadors along with Mario Reina. And we're going to give them the information that they need in order to help out Rioplex. It's a very ambitious, strong agenda for 2026.
The spectrum of industries that we could go after, it's so varied. We have agriculture in South Texas, and a hug and a kiss and love to all our ag family in South Texas. Still love you. You're part of the economy. But the future is here. And I'm guessing the laser focus likely should be manufacturing and high tech for recruitment efforts, and any and all conferences and summits and conventions related to all that, because we know some of it is already coming. Harlingen is blessed with great proposals. McAllen, great proposals here on Ware. Lord willing, that happens here very soon. So my guess is maybe even with the Texas Economic Development Office, make sure, because we're going to need power, we're going to need natural resources. But I'm thinking it's going to have to be high tech and manufacturing. It's here, it's coming.
It's coming.
And that probably should be the focus of recruitment efforts.
Agree. It's coming. You're going to see a big change in 2026. We're going to the joint effort behind Rioplex is going to increase the market from a million plus in the absorption rate of industrial warehouse here in the area. We want to grow it to 3, 4, 5 million square feet per year. Now that's going to take some time, but we need to start someplace. And I think that 2026 is going to be when we show that the effort is yielding returns.
Well,
yielding.
Continued success, Mr. Spalmer. Your success, the success of the ambassadors and colleagues and co-investors, other investors in the area, will be our success for our kids in the next generation. All right, that's the Rioplex Private Sector Economic Development Push. Joaquin Spalmer, thank you for joining us, brother. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Join us live on X, YouTube, and Facebook as well. Your station for Aggie football. Hey, and your station for NFL Monday, Sunday, Thursday night football. We got the Cowboys tonight. What time is the broadcast ready? 6:30 broadcast tonight on 710 KURV. And it's made possible by McAllen Bolt Sports. Up next. AccuWeather says highs today should be close to 80, should be upper 70s, close to 80. We have some cool reinforcing air that should be crossing, like a cool front. So maybe, just maybe, we'll get some thunder shower or rain activity somewhere in this vast area. You guys go, you said it was going to rain. Well, it's a big area. It rains somewhere. It's one of those scenarios, hit or miss, somewhere out there. Because of the cool front crossing, maybe some rain somewhere. And tomorrow morning at this time should be in the upper 40s. says AccuWeather. And tomorrow's high should be in the 60s. Isn't that cool? So again, today it should be close to 80. Border Bridge wait times as posted on KURV.com. Let's go back to the website. And latest numbers again. This is traffic coming back from Reynosa or Matamoros. Again, for McAllen, Mission, Edinburgh, 45 minutes at the Hidalgo Bridge. And that's the only one with traffic. And headed back to Brownsville. Not bad. Only, in fact, less than 10 minutes at all three bridges for Brownsville. South of Harlingen, Los Indios is at about 20 minutes. This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. Business news check of your money next on the Valley's Morning News.
Join News Talk 710 KURV as we help the Salvation Army make Christmas brighter for many families. The Salvation Army has a commitment to bring Christmas to the homes of struggling families in Hidalgo County. They have identified the wishes of these children through their Angel Tree program and provided the information of each child, from clothing size and needs to toy requests on angel tags. These tags are placed on Christmas trees, and the angel tags are adopted by our generous listeners. Stop by the Salvation Army, Lee's Pharmacy, and Mott's Building Materials in Pharr and Palmview and adopt your angel. Help a child have a Christmas this season. Be an angel.
Power, performance, and savings. The Coyote year-end clearance event is on now at Rivetta's Machinery in Donna. For more than 50 years and 3 generations, the Rivetta families proudly served the Rio Grande Valley, and today they continue that tradition with Coyote, a name trusted for power, reliability, and value. Right now, they're clearing out Coyote tractors, zero turns, utility vehicles, and compact construction equipment, all at incredible year-end savings. From the small but mighty 21 horsepower models all the way up to the brand new 140 horsepower Coyote HX 1402, they have the right machine for every job and every budget. And with financing as low as 0% interest and zero down payment with approved credit, there's never been a better time to join the Rivetta's family. Go see why generations of hardworking Texans choose Rivetta's for tractors, equipment, and service that go the distance. Visit them on Expressway 83 in Donna between Hutto and Valverde Roads. Rivetta's for the long haul. See dealer for full details.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in the McAllen at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
Save more with the #1 team in Texas, Murdochton Buick GMC in Edinburgh. Take advantage of amazing savings and drive a new Sierra 1500 for just $139 a month. You heard right, $139 a month during the big year-end closeout. Plus, ask how you can make no payments for 90 days. We know who's #1, you, our valued customer. Come see Billy Kelly and his amazing team in Edinburgh today. We shop the competition so you don't have to at the #1 team in Texas, Murdochton Buick GMC in Edinburgh. Official sponsors of UTRGV football. GMC, we are professional grade.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen, Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. Layoffs for the year have reached a record high. Challenger, Gray, and Christmas said layoff plans totaled more than 71,000 in November, a step down from the massive cuts announced in October. However, this figure brings the 2025 total up to nearly 1.2 million, which is the most since 2020 when the pandemic hit. President Trump has proposed big cuts to strict fuel economy standards for passenger cars enacted under the Biden administration. Former President Biden had required automakers to increase the fuel efficiency of passenger cars and light trucks to about 50 miles per gallon by 2031. Got a recall from Stellantis. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reports the Chrysler parent company is recalling more than 72,000 Ram vehicles in the U.S. due to a software glitch in the instrument panel display that is causing it to go blank. Futures are currently mixed. Wednesday, the Dow Industrials gained 408, the NASDAQ up 40, the S&P 500 up 20. That's Your Money Now.
The chief of Delta Airlines, Ed Bastian, saying he is expecting very strong holiday travel, Christmas, New Year's, despite recent losses from the government shutdown. And check the refrigerator. More than 1 million bags of shredded cheese sold at places like Walmart and Target. Yeah, those over 1 million bags of cheese being recalled.
The FDA announced this week bags of Great Lakes Cheese Company are being recalled because they may contain metal fragments. The cheese was sold at multiple locations, including Walmart stores as the Great Value brand, Target as Good and Gather, and Aldi as Happy Farms. The products were sold in 31 states and Puerto Rico. They have sell-by dates which range from January of 2026 and March of 2026. I'm at Mattinson.
You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News. AccuWeather on 710 KURV says highs today close to 80. Should be upper 70s, maybe 80. And got a cool front crossing, maybe some rain. Somewhere in South Texas, some rain later in the day. And tomorrow, this time tomorrow should be in the upper 40s. Nice and chilly this time tomorrow. Right now, temperatures 69 to 70 degrees at the moment across the valley. Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. We got Fox News coming up in about 2 minutes. Stay with us. Make the call to Culligan today. Our most precious resource is time. And that is the most expensive resource. Man, you can't buy any of it. You can't beg. You cannot pray for more. It's time. And it slips through our hands and all these things that need to be done. But we always wish for more time. If you call Culligan, all that time that otherwise you'd be spending driving to H-E Butt, driving to Walmart, driving to Sam's to get plastic that is filled with purified water, all those packs of water, all those big jugs of water, all that time that you spend in 1 month going back and forth, because, mama, it's not only mama. Everybody prefers the taste of purified water. Well, that water ain't so purified if it's been in plastic for a long time. And I always point out, I just find it ridiculous. Some of these gas stations, they still have all these pallets loaded with water outside in the sun all day long. Oh, that's not good. Call Culligan. Get all that time back that otherwise you'd be spending going to purchase water. Get all that time back for that money for the plastic that you'd be spending on that's filled with water and all that gas that you're burning going back and forth. $35 a month from Culligan, your very own water purification system at your house, at your office. Call Culligan today, 956-399-1780.
They said copies for a penny couldn't be done. We said, watch us. Total Imaging Solutions. We're flipping the script on printing. Whether you're a small business or a big operation, it doesn't matter. If you need a printer or copier, Total Imaging Solutions has the right printer for you. You get the printer for a simple monthly fee and copies, just a penny or less a page. No ink or toner charges. No surprise service fees, just clear, honest pricing. And if your old printer's slowing you down, we'll trade it out and level you up. Whether you print just a couple of copies a day or need the next New York Times press, we can help. Plus, if anything ever breaks, our team will have you up and running in under 4 hours. Easy printing, fast service, real savings. That's the penny or less revolution. Call 956-664-2113 or visit copiesforapenny.com. That's copiesforapenny.com. Total Imaging Solutions, helping your business 1 penny at a time.
This is your news, weather, and talk station. News Talk 710, KURV, and KURV.com.
Happy Thursday. It is December 4th, 2025. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz, and we have AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on standby. Going to warm things up. Jason is raising the temperature. Yeah, I'll blame him. He's raising the temperature up to about 80 today. Cool front on the way. Maybe somebody gets some rain later tonight. And tomorrow's highs should be in the 60s, which means tomorrow morning this time, we're looking at temperatures in the upper 40s, low 50s. News on 710 KURV, a service of Edinburgh CISD along with UTRGV, their collegiate high school, currently enrolling freshmen and sophomore students. For information, call 956-289-2300.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. A trip to Capitol Hill today for Admiral Mitch Bradley, who Secretary of War Pete Hegseth says ordered the second strike on a decimated alleged drug boat.
War Secretary Pete Hegseth says he saw the first strike live, but was not informed of the follow-on strike on this boat until hours later that killed the initial 2 survivors.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson in D.C. Admiral Bradley will be quizzed by some lawmakers who are uncomfortable with the second strike. The House will swear in Republican Congressman-elect Matt Van Epps today. He defeated Democratic State Rep. Upton Bain in Tuesday's special election in Nashville. A year ago today, United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was assassinated by a masked gunman who prosecutors say is Luigi Mangione, day 3 of his suppression hearing. In Lower Manhattan, his lawyers are trying to keep certain evidence out of his trial. America's listening to Fox News.
Time is running out for Congress to extend, if they're going to extend, the so-called Affordable Care Act. Doesn't seem to be very affordable these days. The subsidies need to be extended if it's going to continue. Tax credits are set to expire at the end of the month.
There's a new Gallup poll, actually, that says this is the highest level of concern around health care for U.S. Americans in the last 4 years. Nearly half of adults surveyed say they are worried they won't be able to afford necessary health care with rising costs. In the last 3 months, 1 in 5 surveyed here said they or someone in their family couldn't pay for their prescription medications, another record high, according to West Health and Gallup.
Oh, sorry about that. U.S. Americans. Was Brooke Schaefer? That's the reporter, Brooke Schaefer. Was she like a beauty queen at one time? If the credits expire, it would mean double the premiums for some folks that are on the so-called Affordable Care Act, otherwise known as Obamacare. Governor Greg Abbott is headed to North Texas to lay out his latest property tax relief plan.
Abbott calls this a taxpayer empowerment event. He's made ending property taxes a re-election campaign priority. He's proposing a 5-point plan.
We have to put an end to the out-of-control spending that's taking place at local jurisdictions across the entire state of Texas.
The plan includes imposing local spending limits, tax rollback votes, and abolishing school district property taxes.
The schools are going to be funded the same way they are after these homestead exemptions passed this past year. The state of Texas is going to be the ones responsible for fully funding our schools.
The state currently covers roughly 44% of public school funding. Abbott will be at Rex's Bar and Grill in Fort Worth at 2:30. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
Thanksgiving is over. It's time to go full throttle for Christmas. And before you get to decorating, if you still haven't done that, there's a new trend that you should know about.
According to House Beautiful, holiday decorations this year are going tacky. They say the uglier the better. To be on trend, reach for full-on 70s metallic ornaments. Everything mismatched, rainbow lights, and tinsel. Lots of tinsel. The thinking behind this year's tacky Christmas trend is a throwback to nostalgia of our childhood. Simple, colorful, no rules, and somehow it could be just right. I'm Bree Tennis.
You know what I love is the big bulbs. Not the little tiny ones, right? The big honker, big Christmas bulbs. I love those. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Join us on all the video version. Freddie sends us live on X, YouTube, Facebook as well, 710 KURV. And also Radio Para Mí. Download the free app. Ask the top experts in commercial roofing systems to see for you. Go see if everything's okay at your commercial strip, your warehouse, whatever type of commercial building that you have. It is Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. It is in the name, waterproofing. That's precisely what you need with a commercial roof. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing brings 125 years of experience muscle with them to your commercial sites. Trust them. Trust Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing and their opinion on the current state of your commercial roof. They know what to look for. They know the type of materials that went in, the type of roof that you have, and how long it lasts. And based on, South Texas conditions with the merciless sun, the wind, and if you're closer to the coast, all that extra salt that is in the air. Trust Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. Get your properties checked for free by experts with 125 plus years of experience. It's an amazing outfit. Top commercial roofer in this region. Trust them and their opinion on the state of your commercial roofing system. Again, for free, expert report. You're about to build something, man. I know you need the expertise of Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. Cutting edge roof installation and repair and maintenance technology, advanced waterproofing solutions. What you waiting for? Call, text 956-655-6178.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drtspриmarycare.com.
Hi there. My name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. Have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them.